As we age, we all experience physical and mental changes. Do driving skills of elderly drivers decline with age? Do the driving skills of elders vary from one elderly person to another? What if an elderly loved one is no longer safe behind the wheel? How does one bring up the topic of safe driving? What options exist if an elderly driver refuses to stop driving? Hello, my name is Attorney Ramsey Bahrawy, and welcome to Your Money, Your Life. In this segment, my guest is Matt Gurwell of KeepingUsSafe.org. After retiring from a very successful 24-year career with the Ohio State Highway Patrol, Matt decided to fulfill his passion for improving highway and driver safety by launching KeepingUsSafe.org, a national organization with a mission to help keep older drivers safe. By consulting with professionals from several different disciplines, Matt has developed extensive knowledge in the areas of best practices, current vehicle safety technologies, and adaptive equipment. At KeepingUsSafe.org, Matt developed the Enhanced Self-Assessment Program for senior drivers. Matt, welcome to Your Money, Your Life. It's great to have you on the program.
Thank you very much, Ramsey. It's an honor to be here.
If a family member has a concern about an older adult and their safety driving a vehicle, whether it's on a roadway or a highway, what can they do in order to try to learn more about these issues and then be able to talk to their loved one? What should they be doing?
Well, there are all sorts of resources available to them. Keeping Us Safe has a workbook titled Beyond Driving with Dignity, the workbook for older drivers and their families. And this, Ramsey, is an actual working workbook where it's designed to walk the family and the older driver in unison through this whole process. The workbook helps the family and the older driver together learn if, number one, they do have any diminishment in skills, and number two, if they do, is that diminishment manageable, is what we call it. And if it's not manageable, then what can the older driver and the family do to help the individual make what we like to call a smooth transition from the driver's seat to the passenger seat, or a driving retirement. But the workbook lays the whole process out very nicely. On page 79 of the workbook is what we call the scorecard. And by the time the family and the older driver have worked up through the first 79 pages of the workbook, they're required to simply put check marks in check boxes as requested in the appropriate captions. And then that scorecard will help the family make decisions about, should my mom continue driving, or does my mom need to consider a driving retirement? But there are all sorts of other programs as well. AARP has their driver refresher program, which used to be the old 55 Alive program. It used to be 8 hours in length. It's now just 4 hours. And that is a driver refresher program, just as the name suggests. It's kind of like driver's education X amount of years later. AAA has what they call their DriveWise Review, which is a online computer-oriented type program that an older driver can go through just to help them make some very basic assessments. And then lastly, there are driving assessment programs at many of our hospitals or occupational or physical therapy type outlets.
Can someone who's concerned come to you and have you evaluate their older adult loved one in terms of their driving capabilities?
They can, Ramsey. We call that a self-assessment program. At Keeping Us Safe, we have now 63 Beyond Driving with Dignity certified professionals across the United States and Canada. But what happens is that certified Beyond Driving with Dignity professional will sit down with the older driver, and together we'll go through a 3-hour program with the older driver. And what we call that a self-assessment, because we simply bring the tools to the older driver and walk them through this program. And then at the end, they still are the decision maker, and the family is still the decision maker, not Keeping Us Safe. So all we do is provide an additional tool, and it's an excellent source of information to base the future decisions on as far as the driving goes.
Matt, tell our viewers, if they would like to contact you, how they can do that.
You can call our toll-free telephone number at 877-907-8841, 877-907-8841, or visit the website at keepingussafe.org.
Matt, that's a great place for us to stop. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramsey.
In today's world, we have drivers ranging from teenagers to the elderly. As such, the importance of safe driving cannot be overemphasized, as safe driving requires complex coordination of many different skills. Accordingly, the physical and mental changes that accompany aging can diminish those abilities. Moreover, these changes may be so gradual we barely notice them. For example, our driving skills can be influenced by slower reaction time, impaired vision as well as hearing, and loss of strength. Also, drowsiness due to medication or a lower tolerance for alcohol can have a big effect on our driving skills. As a caregiver or family member, watch for telltale signs of decline in the elderly person's driving abilities. Warning signs may include driving at inappropriate speeds, reacting slowly, ignoring traffic signs, drifting across lane markings, and/or having one or more accidents. A professional such as Matt Gurwell can help evaluate an elderly person's driving skills while suggesting adjustments to driving habits. Remember that driving is not necessarily an all-or-nothing proposition. Programs such as the Enhanced Self-Assessment Program on the KeepingUsSafe.org website exist to help elderly drivers adjust their driving to changes in their physical condition. Some examples of adjustments include avoiding driving at night, driving only to familiar locations, and avoiding highway and rush hour traffic. Talking to an older adult about his or her driving requires family unity and common understanding. To arrive at a rational conclusion, consult with an expert like Matt Gurwell. A good place to start is the KeepingUsSafe.org website. Check out the Older Driver Workbook. Don't forget to read about the Enhanced Self-Assessment Program for senior drivers. For in the words of Ben Franklin, an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. In closing, I would like to thank my guest, Matt Gurwell of KeepingUsSafe.org, for his participation in this program. And as always, thank you to you, our viewers, for watching Your Money, Your Life. My name is Attorney Ramsey Bahrawy, building your trust.